Take two. Oops, sorry. I'll just go this way. There we go.
So, Francine Juhlin.
Julie.
Julie.
Think of it this way. A Jewish person who has a bad leg. Julie. That's how my husband described it to me.
Okay. Okay, take 10. Francine Juhlin. There you go. Author, speaker, confidence coach, and now you are inspiring so many people to find their own unique sparkle and let their own light shine. I love that.
Yes.
Thanks for being here today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And Sparkle Feathers.
That's right. Tell us about Sparkle Feathers.
Sparkle Feathers came to me in a meditation, and he told me we had this mission that kids need to find their sparkle. They need to embrace their uniqueness and have confidence in themselves. And that's what started the whole series, Sparkle Feathers and Princess Francy. And it started with the Magic Library, an introduction to meditation for children.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then book 2,
Okay.
The kids are in Camp Confidence. In book 1, Princess Francy has a scar on her face, and she doesn't want to go to school because she's afraid the kids are going to make fun of her. And Sparkle Feathers sends Rainbow, the butterfly, to go get Princess Francy and bring her to Camp Confidence.
Okay.
And in Camp Confidence, she meets the other kids, and Sparkle Feathers teaches them all how to meditate, to clear all that junk from their brains, and to realize that it's what's on the inside that counts, not what's on the outside.
Right. And if we would teach children that from the very beginning, of course, we need adults who are also have done their own work, right?
Right.
To be able to create that atmosphere for their children, that to love ourselves, which we've talked about this before,
yes.
is if we could teach children how to love themselves, that would change everything.
Well, and
in the whole world.
I wrote these books for grades 1 through 5, the pre-middle school crowd, because once they get to middle school, all they want to do is fit in. All they want to do is blend in.
Right.
But if they have these tools before middle school, then once they get to middle school, their sparkle's already shining.
Exactly. Because those years from 1 to 7 are so imperative.
They are.
And I've been reading and listening to a lot of studies about how children are actually in a meditative state up until a certain age. That's how their brains process, and that's the reason why they can play freely. They can, they have imagination, they make up characters, they're in a different place.
Oh.
And then, of course, like you said, once we have all the everything's pushing in on us from the outside,
yes.
Then all of a sudden we start regulating, and our perimeters are built by other people. So
Exactly. That's the whole key right there.
Yeah.
Is what's the world going to think about me if I do whatever it is?
Yeah. Yeah. Or they've been told, you're not smart, or you don't get it.
Oh, mine was, if you just lost a little weight, you'd be a pretty girl.
Oh.
So I grew up thinking that if I just lost 20 pounds, everything in life would be great, right?
And it's funny how you're still left within yourself. Even if your outside changes, you still have all of the same.
Oh, I'm still that fat little girl inside.
Yeah.
And, I know that my brain knows better.
Right.
But it's different changing the heart.
Yeah.
But the brain still sees that fat little girl in the mirror, still worries about what people think. Not as much anymore, not as much since I met Sparkle Feathers, because he's helped me too.
He's awesome.
That's the great thing about being an author. It's really cathartic, because as you write to inspire others, it brings back memories of how you got where you are.
And that was going to be my next question, like kind of what initiated all of this self-realization and discovery about yourself?
Well, it started when I was getting ready to retire and I wanted to start a business because I knew I did not want to be in the corporate world anymore. I wanted to do something for myself. And at that point, I was selling essential oils because that is what helped me get healthy. Not lose weight. Remember that. Not lose weight. It helped me get healthy. And I wanted to spread that word to everybody that the weight doesn't matter. It's your health.
Right.
It's eating right. It's getting exercise. It's getting out in nature. Well, my business coach told me that I should write a book to introduce people to the essential oils. And that's how it all started.
Wow.
So I wrote, and it was supposed to be just a little ebook that I could send people to introduce them to essential oils.
Okay.
And then I sent it to my friend, the editor, because I didn't have the confidence. I'm not an author. Is anyone going to read this? And she gave me some ideas to make it better. She also told me where I should add more stories rather than just what happened to me, but how I got there in the first place so that could happen to me.
Wow.
And it became this big, beautiful book about my change process. And I developed the 6-step process of personal change from that, from how I went from my liver shutting down and almost dying to discovering these essential oils and how they helped me change my mindset to live a healthy life.
Okay.
So I wrote this book and I knew it was more than just a little ebook to give away for free. And I got a publisher. And I didn't know anything about publishing. I thought this is how all publishers work.
Everything starts somewhere,
That's it.
right?
That's it. But it taught me the process, and it taught me a broken process.
Right.
So I know from my mistakes what not to do. But because that was my first experience, I used this publisher for my second book too.
Okay.
So my second book, the first one was clinical, academic, and raw. And I wanted to reach the young adult crowd because these are the kids who are just starting out. Maybe we can stop them from going down my path of destruction before they get into college or, when they're going through college.
Right.
So that's about when I met Sparkle Feathers. And I turned the first book into a fairy tale. And it was wildly popular from ages 8 to 80. People loved the story.
Because everyone has an inner child.
Exactly. And those who don't find their inner child by reading this book about how the characters in the book went to this retreat, which is basically Camp Confidence for adults.
Right.
And they learned how to meditate, and they had a dance party, and they learned about each other and about themselves.
Nice.
Well, I sold out of my books, and my publisher a year ago got an order for more books, and I'm still waiting for them. And I was also supposed to write a children's book with them, which got stalled. That's when I learned that my publisher was letting me down. And I was on a podcast with someone else, and he's telling him this story, saying, oh yeah, the children's book's coming out soon, but my publisher isn't doing their job. He said, well, you need to talk to my publisher. Oh my God, I am so glad I did, because Ken Rashawn has totally changed the trajectory of me being an author and my books.
Wonderful.
And he has taught me so much, not only about publishing, but getting your book on Amazon is only 20% of the process. It's what you
Yeah.
do after to get the books in people's hands that really matters.
There's a lot of moving parts to doing big
yes.
things.
like this tale.
Yeah, tell us about this tale. I'm kind of excited to share this with everybody.
Well, the tale started because I'm a belly dancer. And
you are the jack of all trades.
I am a belly dancer. So this is a belly dancer hip scarf that I wear when I dress up as a belly dancer. And I attached this tail to it, and I said, the kids, when they go to camp, they get a tail. That's what unites them as campers.
Oh, how fun.
So all the kids get their tail when Rainbow the butterfly takes them to Camp Confidence to meet Sparkle Feathers. Well, I was a little shy at first wearing my tail. But now, everywhere I go, if I don't wear the tail, people want to know where it is. It's my trademark, right?
I love it. So I really want to know, like, the meditation that when Sparkles came to you. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because I love it when we get these amazing spiritual downloads that really propel us into some amazing places to do amazing things.
Okay, it all started, I was taking the soul travel class with Charlie Stillings. If you're watching this, you're in the Jacksonville area, look up Charlie, because he is an amazing meditation instructor. And while we were in this soul travel class, he was taking us to another galaxy.
Okay.
So we were all relaxed and he's guiding us. And I'm laying there. He set us off on our own to have our own experiences. And I'm like, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Then all of a sudden, whoa! He comes running. This guy comes running up to me. Mommy! And then he's cute and cuddly. He grabs me in a big old bear hug. And we start rolling on the ground and he tickles me. And I realize I'm in a pet adoption agency because there's other creatures. They're cat-like and dog-like creatures. Mm-hmm. But Sparkle Feathers, that's when he gives me my mission. Mm-hmm. And we talk about the mission a little bit. And then we went through this tunnel. And if you've ever been to an airport, it reminded me of when you're walking into the aircraft from the waiting area,
Right.
And it had blue and red and like lights, like sparkly lights, Sparkle Feathers. And he took me to the end and he said, okay, our time here is done, but keep visiting me more so I can tell you more about this process and what we're going to do. And then Charlie was telling us to wake up.
Yeah.
So that was just the beginning.
Yeah.
So I revisited Sparkle Feathers and he gave me the idea for the Magic Library to make meditation understandable for children. So when the children, they go down the hallway of mirrors, the magic hallway of mirrors, and Princess Francy walking down the hallway sees herself falling off a horse where she got her scar. Partially true from my life. I did fall off a horse, but I got my scar from a dog bite. But then she walks down and she sees in the 3rd grade where she sat on a tack and all the kids laughed at her because she didn't feel it. Princess Francy was fat and the tack stuck in the seam and she didn't feel it. So all the kids laughed. Your butt's so big you didn't even feel it. And then she sees this door. And she walks through this big, beautiful, shiny door, and there's her messy bedroom that her mom always complained she needed to clean.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the Magic Library. There were crumpled up papers on the floor and books laying around and old-fashioned typewriter that most kids probably wouldn't understand with, paper hanging out. And Sparkle Feathers helps Princess Francy relax, just like Charlie did for me.
Right.
And then Lily the lemur comes in with the magic vacuum and the brigade of squirrels with their tails cleaning up, and they clean up Princess Francy's brain.
Yeah.
So she could think clearly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then she's sitting there after they clean everything up, and a book magically appears, and it's the exact book she needs to read, telling her to not worry what's on the outside, that it's what's on the inside that counts, and that anytime she feels unsure of herself, she needs to visit her magic library and do a little cleanup.
Wow. That's really awesome.
And that's the magic library.
I know. And I can so relate to this because I'm such a visual person that I could see being taken into a place like that. And, universe, God, whatever, he has a way. God, I don't even want to say he, but I will say he, because that's how I relate to that, will take you into a place to heal you. And why not approach it in such a childlike, simple way that you could, you know what I mean? That child needed to be healed, and
right?
It's changed everything for you.
And I'm having parents tell me that they read this book to their kid, and now they're meditating too. And in one of my meditations, I was told, if you get the kids, the parents will follow.
I totally believe that, because it's almost like, right, we have to, when we get older, like get in our 60s, right, we look back and say, I could have done it so much better if I would have known, but you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So sometimes I think children are brought into our lives to recalibrate us, to get us to get everything off our minds, off of ourselves, and have something to focus on. And then, like you said, when they come in, these children come into these places, their parents are healed as well.
Right.
And then the generational thing can recalibrate and start all over again.
Breaking the cycle of negative programming.
Yeah.
That's what my program is all about, breaking the cycle of negative programming. Like, okay, for instance, doing the illustrations for the second book, Eugenia is a mermaid. Well, we didn't want the mermaid like you're going to see in Disney, the cookie cutter mermaid. I did a little research, and they all look the same. They all almost have their boobs sticking out for the children,
Yeah.
Well, my illustrator and I both decided we're breaking that mold.
Awesome.
So she is not sexualized, I want to say. She is like one of the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
And look at me. I'm Princess Francy. I don't wear the magic dress. I don't have the crown. Not all princesses are girly.
Yeah.
I was an aircraft electrician in the military.
Yes, which is fascinating to me.
But I'm still a princess without the frilly dress and everything that goes along with the stereotype of a princess. I want to break that mold so girls can know if they don't feel like they fit that mold, they don't have to.
Right.
So I remember growing up wanting to wear boys' tennis shoes. And why would you want to do that? And I realize now the reason was in the 40s and 50s when my mom was growing up, girls wore boys' tennis shoes when they couldn't afford girls' shoes.
Right.
So it's all
had
generational.
What you had.
Right. It's generational. So we need to break the stereotypes from the previous generations because, hello, girls are strong, girls are capable, and girls can do anything they want to do.
Well, clearly, you were an aircraft mechanic.
Basically, yeah.
And you said, what else did you do? You did a couple other things, you said.
I was a manufacturing engineer in an electronics plant.
Yeah.
We made music equipment.
Yeah.
But you know what? I missed airplanes so much. I went back to working on airplanes.
I love that. So in your own right, in your own way, you did a lot of really cool things that a lot of girls probably wouldn't think about doing because it doesn't fit the status quo, right?
Exactly.
But here you have.
And I'm not athletic either. I am so not athletic. It took everything I had in me to pass that physical training test every time I had to do it.
Yeah.
But if you want something badly enough, you will figure out a way to do it.
Right. That's awesome. What a great story. Okay, so tell me about, I know that you're working on a big project right now.
Several.
Several projects. So just give us, there's a lot of things going on with Francine. Yes. That's the reason why, we connected, and I think that we were really totally brought together.
Yes.
For such a time as this, because there's just a lot of, I don't know what I want to call it, but there's a lot of transformational, transitional things happening right now for people. And what I see is a lot of creativity being brought forth in different ways than what it's been before. So, so just tell me about a couple of the projects that you got going and how you're bringing it all together.
My pet project right now is with my partners, Heidi and Joanna. We started the Believe Retreat, and that's for creatives to come together and slow down, because creatives get in that rat race where they think they have to create. Right. But then they forget to take time for themselves.
Right.
So we have a community where creatives could come together and talk about imposter syndrome, about meditation, about how to promote their work. And we also have a live stream every Thursday at 4:30. It's on my Facebook page. Please follow me.
Yeah, tell them your Facebook page.
My Facebook page is Francine Juhlin, FrancineJuhlin. Please follow me and come watch us Tuesdays at 4:30, because we talk about this big project we're doing. The Believe Retreat is doing an anthology book. We are collecting stories from 50 authors. And if you're not an author yet, and you don't think you can, know that we will teach you how and help you. We will drag that story out of you. But we're collecting 50 authors to come together and do an anthology book. And we're going to get it published through my publisher, Perfect Publishing. Mm-hmm. In September, we are doing a live event in Jacksonville. It's a pre-launch event where all 50 authors will come together. We will give feedback to each other on our chapters. We will talk about how we're going to promote the book. We will do our publicity photos. We will do interviews, so we have content to use when we get ready to launch our book. And what do creative people need more than anything? They need collaborations.
Yes,
support, collaboration.
Yes.
You will have access to the followers of all 50 other authors. We will all come together and go on each other's podcast. We will all come together and comment, and share each other's posts. I went to an author summit over the weekend, and the energy was just off the charts. Everybody interviewing each other, taking pictures with each other's books,
love it,
talking about what we're doing. And now we're all sharing it on social media to help boost each other.
Create momentum and community.
Exactly.
And collaboration. That's what, if we just did more of that.
Yes. I have a group of children's book authors that meets every Friday at 3:30. And that's all we do is we come together. We share knowledge with each other. We do a short little video or take a picture that we could all use on social media. Okay. And someone asked me once, what's in it for you? because I don't charge.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I'm getting the knowledge from all the other authors,
Yeah.
like Instagram tutorials, Canva tutorials.
Yes, and that is so valuable.
Oh
That
my
you're willing
gosh,
to
yes.
share your knowledge, because everybody wants to charge you for their time.
Yes.
But it's beautiful. I'm doing the same thing. So I understand. It's just like, what if we all just gave a little piece of time, a piece of knowledge, a piece of just intention and love towards somebody else? It doesn't take very long,
No.
but it builds this big, beautiful community of giving. And
Right.
we know what all of that's going to lead us to: more love.
Okay, I have a public service announcement for all authors here.
Okay.
We love reviews. So in my children's book group, we review each other's books because reviewing books on Amazon helps us get our books out to more people. So really, I am getting so much more than I give.
Yeah.
It's not just me giving my time for free.
Right.
I am getting so much more as I give of myself. And that's what this book anthology project is all about. We all give 1/50th of what it takes to make us all
To make a whole.
successful.
Yeah, I love that. That's just so much good stuff. I mean, I think Sparkles definitely has brought something to the table today.
Yes, Sparkle Feathers. Sparkle Feathers is the one that taught me that the more I give, the more I will get back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so tell me about this book.
That's the Magic Library.
That is the Magic
That's the
Library.
Magic Library. That's Princess Francy's first day at Camp Confidence, where she learns how to meditate.
Awesome.
Then book 2 is Let Your Sparkle Shine.
Yeah.
I was struggling with the topic for book 2, and my publisher's son is an author. He's 12 years old and he's written 14 books.
Wow.
And he was afraid to go to school and talk about it. He didn't want to let his sparkle shine because he was afraid of standing out. So that became the topic. Let your sparkle shine. My friend Eugenia is the inspiration for that book. She's the mermaid I talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And Eugenia went by Gina for a long time because she didn't want to use her full name until she found out that her name meant queen.
Wow.
And now she's proud of standing out and being different and using her name, Eugenia. Well, in Let Your Sparkle Shine, Tilly the turtle helps Eugenia, the mermaid, discover that it's what is unique about us that is our superpower.
Absolutely.
So each kid has something that they hide. So Princess Francy starts the book without her glasses and starts wearing her glasses mid-book.
Okay.
And I have a video done in Into the Looking Glasses in Fleming Island.
Yeah.
My friend's eyeglass, I call it a studio for special needs children and adults. And I did a video of Princess Francy picking out these glasses. So in my children's program on my website, I have the video of Princess Francy picking out her glasses. And it's kind of everything ties together with the books and what I do. And then I've also had these meetings with the kids. And in the first one, I showed the video. It's a 2-minute video of Princess Francy picking out her glasses. And then we talked about what makes us the same and what makes us different. And we had kids from Denver, kids from Florida, and I think the other kids were in Kentucky. And we just talked about some things that made us the same and things that made us different.
Hmm.
Now, how powerful is that when they go to school and they meet someone who's not like them? Oh, I met someone like that.
Yeah.
and it celebrates our uniqueness and brings us together with what's similar in us.
Right. Yeah. We're all the same.
We are.
We all look different.
And it breaks that mold. So I remember growing up, not being a jock, not being one of the popular kids, being the overweight little girl, being in the band, and I never fit in anywhere. If I understood that this is what makes me me, maybe I wouldn't have been as shy and reserved, and maybe I could have found my little niche in school better instead of growing up always feeling like I didn't belong.
Right. So, I mean, for me, like when I think about it, like I would encourage parents with young children to get your book, to read it for themselves, to explore it for themselves first, and then read it to their children, and then kind of come together and explore the whole concept of uniqueness together.
Yes, because it is a conversation that parents and children need to have.
Yeah. Yeah. So parents get healed and their children get healed, and then the world is a better place.
Exactly. And then the next generation starts from a better place.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. This is awesome. Is there anything else that you want to share with us? Because we could probably sit here all day.
Well, I just want to share, if anything I said about this book anthology interests you, go to pen2published.fun and you can learn all about it. We have an affiliate program. So if you come in our affiliate program and bring your friends with you, you might be able to even get your ticket for free.
Awesome. Thank you for being here and
for
sharing all that information. And of course, like Francine and I, like I said, we connected right from the very beginning. And I feel so blessed and honored that you came here today, because I know you're super busy for one thing, but that you came to be with us and give your time to me, to encourage me in my process too, and what I'm doing right now.
Yes, I love this podcast, and I can't wait to see more episodes.
Well, thanks. All right.
So everybody, follow her too.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Appreciate you being here.